New movie alert. Y'all, I had to pop on here to talk about a film. I had the honor, the blessing to see this film while at Sundance 2025, and the film is titled Love Brooklyn. I actually did a full written review about the film, and I want to read you a couple excerpts, but then also I was able to do a couple of interviews on the red carpet premiere at Sundance for this film as well. So I'm going to share those with you, but check out the review. It will be linked in the description box down below. Speaking with the cast on the red carpet, what struck me most was the genuine passion everyone had for this project. It wasn't just another film for them. It was deeply personal. So let's start with what initially drew this incredible ensemble to Love Brooklyn.
What compelled me to be a part of Love Brooklyn is André Holland. I'm behind that brother through and through. I'm Birmingham, he's Birmingham, Bessemer, Alabama. André is somebody that's a visionary and is always trying to make films and make products that tell real stories about real people. And he was willing to give me a space performatively where I could still be funny, but I could be something that I haven't traditionally been performatively when I'm on television. So I'm thrilled about that. And André could have called and told me, hey man, I need you to play a piece of produce in a grocery store. I'd have thrown on an apple suit or a celery suit and been chilling. I'll drive off a cliff for André Holland. The level of dedication that he and his producers put into making Love Brooklyn and telling a story about romance that doesn't necessarily, it tells the truth. Everybody thinks that love is, oh, it's great and oh, it's terrible, but all of that in between, that's the truth. That's the meat. And so that's what this film is about. It's about making those decisions to do or don't. My character is a character who's already made decisions, and now he's trying to decide whether or not to stand by those decisions that he made. It's one thing to make the decision, but it's another thing, you have to stick beside it. And I think that's the part of this film that, to me, is what I hope resonates with people the most.
Well, first of all, I've known André Holland since I was 19 years old. We went to Florida State together, and then we went to grad school together at NYU. And so this movie is really like a community project in a way, And also, André knows all the things I can do, but he knows I never get the chance to do comedy as much, even though I have a stand-up background. People in Hollywood love for a black woman to be suffering. And he was like, will you come over here and not suffer? So I think some of that energy is in this film. I can't wait for you to see it. It's just warm. The industry can't help. If you have your favorite anything, you'll use it to death. So whatever people know you for, that's what they use you a lot for. And so then you got to look for other opportunities to be like, I got other tools. So I'm happy. And André knows all my tools, okay? After 20 some odd years of friendship, he's like, come here and use one of them tools.
Some films reveal their true brilliance not in the immediate aftermath of viewing, but in the quiet moments of reflection that follow. Love Brooklyn is such a film, a deceptively simple story that grows more profound and haunting with each passing day.
Infusing the culture into this piece, and I think we all grew up in New York as artists, and that's a very specific experience, especially living in Brooklyn. And we wanted to sort of leave that untouched. We wanted to show Brooklyn as Brooklyn. So I'm really glad and proud that we were able to do that.
Love Brooklyn is a testament to the power of telling stories about Black love and life that prioritize character development and emotional authenticity over dramatic plot points.
I just want to say one more time, I've never seen a movie like this in this particular way. And the writer is, not a Black man. And I think this is a perfect example of a script that was based on just the idea of how difficult love is and how love is different today. I feel like it's a time capsule of these are the types of conversations people are having. So I think Rachel really allowed us to have room, and even though my character, I love my character, she's so neurotic and all over the place, but there's so many different types of Black people in this movie. And I think you could have done this movie with white people, with Italian people, you put whoever you want, and this just happens to be the culture of Blackness. So maybe the music changes and the food changes, but the soul of what these people are going through is pretty timeless.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were really telling a story about change, and not just change in your city, but change in your relationship, change in your life, and how do we as humans adjust to that? You know, gentrification is something that's happening all over the world, not just in Brooklyn, and I think that it's a testament to change in general, and how do we approach that? What do we do moving forward? And I hope that people, when they leave this film, feel not like we have all the answers, but feel a little bit of peace.
First and foremost, I don't know what it is about the last couple of years, but I've been really, all my friends are becoming mothers. So I've played a number of mothers, and I am so invested and interested in a kind of like an atypical motherhood. Like my mom was a single mom. She's like my best friend. You know, it's one of those kind of relationships. So there was nothing kind of conventional about it. And I found, you know, Nicole's relationship to her daughter, Allie, is so, like, the attempt that she's making to raise a free black girl.
It's extremely solid and, you know, fulfilled all the needs of the characters. But I think as far as my scenes with Roger, Casey and Roger's scenes, we had a lot of opportunities to improvise. You gave us that sort of freedom and encouragement to be quirky and slightly erotic and bring out all the colors that are not necessarily asked for, you know, black women. So that was a lot of fun. Rachel was very supportive of that. But yeah, there are some lines in there. There was one I caught at the end. I think it was cut cooch. I think it was. And I was like, yo, y'all kept that? That's crazy. But yeah, we had a good time.
I was thinking about the journey, like all of these characters, like from, you know, A to Z. It's so subtle. You know, André was describing it yesterday, and he was like, it's just, this movie is a bunch of your friends getting from point A to point B. You know? So truly arcing out the subtlety of that, like through every scene and tracking it with every look and every gesture and every advance towards André's character, it was just like a beautiful kind of dance between me and Rachel, you know? Yeah.
I grew in gratitude for sure that the way that I see myself and my soul is seen by someone else who I feel like can see who I am and my soul. And that is to say that the work that I want most to exist in the world, I know well the people who are making it happen. And for that, I'm really, 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 really grateful.
Camera on black people and just let them exist and not have a story that spins on trauma or on violence or on politics or just like, you know what I mean? And maybe, like, it's kind of crazy to say it, but like maybe in a way that's a radical thing. You know what I mean? Just to watch black folks just live and love and try to figure shit out with each other. And I love that. And I hope people feel it. I can feel that y'all do. I hope other people in the world do as well. And I hope more movies like it come to exist. So I would just say, man, find your people, you know, get with your community, man, and just make it happen.
DeWanda Wise delivers a masterfully restrained performance, a study in subtle resistance communicated through controlled micro-expressions and carefully measured responses. Nicole Beharie brings something excitingly fresh to Casey, a character so vividly realized she feels like someone you might know.
Hard. I mean, Andre's done a lot of good reading, he's talked about it, but I read the script 6 years ago, and we went out to everybody that you normally go out to in Hollywood, and everybody said no. And we were really fortunate that André has a long friendship with Steven Soderbergh, and Steven believed in us and believed in André, and just kind of said, I'm gonna give you the money, you guys go make this. We did have to find some additional financing as well, and we were really, really fortunate to have some people come in and help kind of fill in the gaps with that. But it really was a long journey and a lot of people saying no. And there were definitely days where I did not think that we would actually finish the movie. I think I had a lot of conversations with André and Patrick and Lisa where I was like, I don't know if we're ever going to make this movie. So it's pretty phenomenal to be here.
Oh my God, I think perseverance is probably the key element in any artistic endeavor, regardless of how much money you have in your budget, I think that you're always sort of rolling up a hill with a very heavy rock. And I think what kept me going was so many things, but André literally in real life rides around Brooklyn, and he would ride around Fort Greene Park, and my family lives in Fort Greene Park, and he would see them throughout the 6 years. He would see them and give them little updates and be like, we're still doing it. And then they would call me and they would be like, I saw André Holland and he said that we're still doing it. And I would just have a little taste of hope, and then I was able to carry that with me.
Sure. When André sent me the script, he's like, André's so funny. He's always like, listen, you don't have to do this, no pressure, but there's this role. And I said, stop, I'm gonna do it. Okay, what are we talking about? I'll read it. I said, I don't even have to read it. He's like, no, read it. But he's like, I think you're gonna love it. And he was right. He's a part of my community. When people are part of your community, they already know what you need before you ask. And so I also told him, whatever you need, no, I have your back. So I heard he was looking for a location. I said, use my house. Come. So one of the scenes, a couple of scenes are actually in my house as well. That's what it takes. Look, I love independent film. It is the heart of collaboration where everyone has to do things that are not their jobs, but you do it for the love and for the vision.
They're all so wonderful, and I could speak about all of them, but we don't have all that time, so I'm going to just pick one. DeWanda Wise is a director and a writer, and I'm originally a writer playwright. That was my background. That's my real wheelhouse. So in between scenes, we were able to just easily get on the same page, or even if we weren't on the same page and she had a better idea than me, I trusted her, and she trusted me, and we spoke the same language in that way. And so it was just so cool to work with not only a brilliant actor she's a brilliant actor, but she has the genius of a writer and director tucked inside her when she's acting.
I was really hungry, when I started acting, I was like, I'm an indie darling. I always said that. It used to annoy Alano because he was like, yeah, it's just because he always saw me in Jurassic. You know what I mean? I feel like we met. He hadn't even seen me act. And he was like, I already know. So he saw me in Jurassic in 2009. You know what I'm saying? But what I saw for myself were these quiet, beautiful, soulful, character-centric, roles for myself, working with my friends, So this, for me, is the dream, and it's really kind of I don't believe in full circle, because we're still going, right? So it's it's a loop in the spiral, and I'm just so thankful.
I would say that being a part of Love Brooklyn has given me an invigoration of belief that my own ideas have worth and deservance in this world. Is that a word? Deservance? It is today. It's a word today. So, it's not just enough to be in something, but to be here this whole weekend and be around people, be surrounded by people who care. You're journalists, you care about the stories we're trying to tell. I encourage anybody that is in this industry in any capacity to just come be a part of this. Just come walk around. You ain't even got to go inside. It's free. It's free to walk up the street. Walk up the street, meet folks, chop it up. It's cold.
It's freezing. But
so you walk up the street, ain't gonna be a long walk. But come on through Sundance.
Our community, and this was such a community effort. Every single person on this stage said yes to this. We didn't have no money, y'all. We didn't have time. We had to call friends for locations. We shot in Cassandra's house. It was one of those. And so in a way, I feel like the movie itself is about community. That's what we were hoping to tell, Rachel, I think, right? It's the story is people fighting to hold on to their community against this rapidly changing landscape behind them, which is something I think we can all relate to, not just in Brooklyn, but in many communities around the world. But this community stuck together and saw this thing all the way through.
The funny thing, for some people, it's fear. For other people, it's going to be the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. If you have spent most of your life trying to prove to people that certain things exist, and now you don't have to prove, you can just point to it, look how much easier your life is. And then if you've been trying so hard to build community, if people are trying to destroy things, watch how fast community. We shouldn't be afraid of them. They should be afraid of us. There are so many more of us. We are the global majority, number one. Number two, there are more people in America who are not billionaires. If we all just came together, you know what, I always say they got rid of Martin Luther King when he was interested in the poverty movement, because when he started to do that movement, it brought black, white, everyone else. So the number one thing I say to everyone, get interested in radical solidarity. Do not get interested in just black solidarity right now. You need to get interested in what values do we have in common that we can come together. If you're only interested in black liberation, you're playing in the hands of the oppressor. The oppressor separated us on purpose so we could not create community. Community has to come together. The number one reason they come after even pregnant people is because that's a small community. Only few people get pregnant in this country, so that's a small demographic. I think most people either can't have babies past the age, or think about that. So it can't just be all the pregnant people. It can't be all the women who have babies. No, you got to have overlapping values. So we need to be focused on radical solidarity. If you are a black publication, you better look for your white allies right now. Find those white men, and let me tell you, they exist. Do not buy into white people do not want us. They love us. They are here today. They helped make this film today. Steven Soderbergh was one of the producers of this film. So that's what I have to say about that. Radical solidarity.
And that's the kind of impact Love Brooklyn is designed to have, bringing people together around stories that matter. This film is truly, truly well done. And in addition to me going and checking it out again in theaters this weekend, because I will be there, I cannot wait for the Blu-ray or the DVD release, because I will be adding it to my collection. It is such a dope story of black life and love in Brooklyn, and I want to be able to watch it for years and years to come. I think that it is a film that we don't actually get as often as we should get, and being able to not only see us, but to be able to see myself in some of the characters and the decisions that they're making and navigating love in adulthood. It just was wonderful. All of the actors involved are just truly, truly talented, and I cannot wait to check it out. Now, what I want you to do is, after you go and see it this weekend, make sure you come back to this video and let me know what you think. You can also post in the comment section, what films are you watching? Do you think that I should watch something? So post it in the comment section down below, and maybe I'll check it out. And we can go ahead and keep this film conversation happening. It's your good sis you love to talk TV and film with, and I'm going to see you in my next one.
What's up? This is DeWanda Wise, and I'm here with Erica Vane TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Cassandra Freeman, and you're watching my favorite, Erica Vane TV, y'all.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're watching Erica Vane TV.
$1 million question. How goes it?
The city was perfect when I first got here. This wonderful universe to explore. But then my perfect, complete city started to shift.